this evening. We thank you for this program of the Professional Development Hour. We thank you for all those who have already joined. We pray that those who are yet planning to join, Lord, you turn their spirits so that we can start this together and end together. Guide the speaker of today. May all that will be discussed, Lord, be for the benefits of the science fraternity and science education at all. We pray, believing and trusting you have heard us through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Hello?
Yes, Madam Betty.
I'm hearing some silence.
Madam Betty, I'm around, though our moderator, it seems the network is mistreating him.
Okay. Members, you're most welcome to today's ProDev Hour. Thank you. We have already had prayers. And today's discussion is majorly to look at some of the achievements we have been making as a union, some of the achievements we have been making as science teachers of the country, and it will help us to plan how we can move on as a team. I request that we pay much attention and probably share some of the insight we could be having. And this evening, we are blessed to have the Vice National Chairperson of the Union, Mr. Tugume Benson, a very renowned presenter who is coming to present to us the greater topic of today. May I, at this juncture, therefore, invite Mr. Tugume to come and share with us on the topic 2025 UACE results, analyzing the gains in teaching of sciences. Mr. Tugume Benson, you are proudly welcome to this ProDev Hour. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, my sister Betty and the Chairperson Education Committee. I thank everyone who has managed to attend this ProDev session of today. And as we are told, the gist of the matter this evening is about analyzing the science performance of 2025 at both O and A level in science subjects. Once again, I am Tugume Benson, a member of the Education Standards, Education Professional Standards and Discipline Committee. And at the same time, I serve as the National Vice Chairperson of Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union. I'm a biology chemistry teacher, and therefore I qualify to be on this platform and present because I'm on ground. I know what is taking place. This evening, I'm coming representing my boss, the national chairperson, and the general secretary, and they are aware that I'm presenting. Once again, thank you everyone for attending the session. And we are saying that as we start, this session will analyze the key highlights from the 2025 UACE results with emphasis on some subjects and performance trends. Performance trends, we shall look at the trend from 2020 up to date. And that's when we shall, in the analysis, we shall be able to tell whether there has been a positive change or a negative change, or the performance is stagnant. Everyone will be able to see the UNEB report, and each one of us shall be able to tell whether we are on ground working or not. Obviously, we know that there are negative forces, there are negative energies, but always, as scientists, we deal with realities, and always realities tell whether what we are doing is true or false. And I have to tell you this evening that everyone shall be able to prove that we are on ground working. Thank you so much. Mr. Rogers, you can give us another slide. I'm glad to tell us that the growth in subjects uptake in the last 5 years, we are going to look at the subject and science subjects intake, the impact of salary enhancement. We shall look at gender balance and empowerment. We shall look at the role of the ProDev as sessions we always have every Thursday at this time from 8 up to 9. Is it of importance to us or not? And what are the major benefits from this ProDev hour that we normally attend, which is facilitated by our own union? Each one of us is a subscriber, and therefore this is our subscription that we are using to attend this to help us develop in our career. Then we shall also look at the challenges. Of course, much as the performance is getting better and better, there are those challenges that are persistent. Then we shall have to look at the way forward and then open discussion. According to this slide that has been displayed here, we look at the enrollment in mathematics increasing from 35,725 to 70,000. Actually, this is double. And we are looking at the years 2000. We are looking at the years from 2020 up to date. When we look at 2020, Mr. Rogers, if you could zoom a bit so that the text is a bit bigger than this, so that members can be able to see. We look at 2020, the year 2020, the enrollment was 35,000. That is for students offering science subjects. And we find that this 35,000 in 2020, there was no enhancement. Therefore, that will be our baseline on which we shall base to analyze whether salary enhancement has had an impact on ground or not. Obviously, when you look at 35,000 and then you see 70,000 today in mathematics, you obviously tell that there is a secret beyond this increase. We normally say in science, this is a spur. It is an abrupt increase. And this increase, it is not abrupt as such, because you can see it is gradual from 2020, it was 35,000, 2022, it was 38,000. Obviously, 2022, the enhancement was in August, and therefore, this increase was in a few months. It was because of the few months enhancement. Then when you look at 2023, it increased up to 45,000. Then 2024, it is 58,000. You can see that every year there is a significant increase in the enrollment of people performing, doing science subjects. That is mathematics alone. But when you look at physics, the enrollment of science subjects, it increased from 13,000 up to 21,000. Then when you look at chemistry, it increased from 17,000 up to 37,000, also more than double. Then with biology, it increased from 17,000 to 35,000. All of them according to what you see. It is only physics which is not doubling, but the rest of the subjects, the increase in population of the learners offering some subjects, it is more than double, or it has doubled. And the secret behind that is because of this enhancement, I guess, because it had never been that. Remember, in the past, students would only choose to offer some subjects depending on their ability. But you find that the teachers themselves would not put in much effort, since there was no driving force. But because of this enhancement, people have been motivated. Let us look at another slide which talks about impact of salary enhancement. We find that this increase in the population of learners offering science subjects is due to this enhancement, since teachers have been able to get the ability to prepare adequately. You find teachers now have lesson plans. You find teachers prepare over holidays. Find someone from the holiday already has schemes of work, which is not like those days. The business is not as usual now. People are already energized to work because there is that force within them. In the past, you would find that someone is mending means so that their family back home can survive. But today, the enhancement people are getting, it is enough to cater for themselves and it is enough to cater for their families. As their children are being sent to school, though it is not too much, it is not, I may not say it is also enough to cater for all the needs of a science teacher and even other teachers. Actually, they also have their challenges, but much as science teachers, their salary has been enhanced. I may not say it is enough, but at least this has been a driving force that people are able to like their jobs now. People can see its significance. People are able to appreciate that this enhancement has changed their lives. People are able to work when they are motivated. This enhancement has caused the retention of staff in schools. Unlike those days when people would even abandon teaching and go for other businesses, people would run from one school to another looking for a school which pays better PTA. There are those schools which pay an allowance called PTA as they collect school fees from parents. As parents pay money to cater for services being offered to their children at school, then the schools get a fraction of that money and pay teachers allowances. That is what we call PTA. So someone would run from a school which does not pay PTA to another school which pays PTA. Today, a teacher can comfortably reject an offer of Gayaza and Budo and choose to remain in an average UACE school because of this enhancement. But those days, someone would see as if someone is jumping from hell to heaven when he moves from a UACE school to those big schools of the country. But today, someone is comfortable because the salary, much as those people also have the allowances, but someone feels that that allowance, that salary that the government is giving, is offering, it is somehow appreciative that it can push someone to work hard and produce results and mentor someone in education. Mr. Rogers, can we also look at the gender involvement in that? When we look at this table, we see that accordingly, there has been an increase in the number of girl child offering some subjects at A level, but we still find that much as there has been an increase, it is not yet appreciable compared to the boys. Still, the males are more than the females in science subjects. But what does this mean? It calls on us as science teachers, both female teachers and male teachers, to encourage these young ones, these young girls that start
Hello? Hello?
Yes. Yeah, the dropped.
Hello.
Hello, Benson? Ella?
Yes, hello?
Maybe network maybe.
Yeah, because we can't listen to Benson.
Yes, continue. We are following. Moderator.
Mr. Moderator, maybe as we wait for Mr. Benson
Yes.
to come back, we can get a few members to share what is the situation in their schools in terms of enrollment between science and science uptake those years and now the number of learners doing. As I check whether he's back.
Okay. Maybe members, as we wait for him to get back, we can share a few experience in enrollment in our schools as far as the girl child is concerned. Me, I would say in my station, we have had more girls enrolling. And the senior 2 class now has more girls which have enrolled more than boys. We have only about 10 boys out of 180 girls, out of a total of 180. So you see that the population, the enrollment of girl child at schools have primarily increased. That shows involvement or
Hello.
the importance of them. Now I can
Hello.
see that pension is back. Can we
Hello.
continue?
Oh, thank you, thank you. You know, this network is also not reliable enough, but good
Yes.
enough. I'm back. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was saying that when we look at the enrollment or the population of the female learners vis-a-vis their counterparts, the males, still the females are fewer than the males. And the task is on us, the onus is on us so that we can motivate, we can mentor these girls so that they can also get encouraged to take up the science or the STEM subjects. Because when you look at the statistics of the country, the ladies are a bit more than the gents. And therefore, what does that mean? It means that the females in STEM subjects will remain underrepresented, yet we want their ratios to also increase so that they feel the thing. And today, we are looking at this as evidence that still females are fewer, much as there is a trend which shows an increase in the population of these learners offering STEM subjects. There is still the increase is still not appreciable enough. And we are saying that as teachers, whether male or female, we need to encourage these female students also come on board and take up the science subjects and tell them that it is possible and tell them that even if their performance is not the best, they can still improve every day. They should not give up. You know, at times these learners, for us on the ground, you find that the girls quickly give up. For them, they feel that when things are hard, they cannot push their way. But it is all about us to encourage them that even us who are working, they should not think that we were geniuses, but it came out of an effort. So we should tell them that once they invest an effort, it will finally pay. And maybe, Mr. Rogers, I would also request you to first display that slide of persistent challenges. Sir Rogers, persistent challenges. Persistent challenges. Persistent challenges. Yes, much as there is an improvement in performance, we find that there is still a number of challenges that science teachers are facing as they deliver. It is not easy. It is not a bed of roses. We are going through challenges. For example, when you find that the population has more than doubled, what does that mean as in regard to student-teacher ratio? It means that the students are much more than the teachers, and therefore the ratio which was being considered previously, today it is different. And what does that mean? It calls on the government to recruit more teachers to handle these increasing big numbers, because it means that much as this good performance that the world is seeing today is as a result of people who are hardworking. And this hardworking, it means that they are being exhausted quickly. They are quickly exhausted because they are overworking. They are overworked, and you find that at the end of the day, somehow, somewhere, the teaching is less effective. It is effective, but less effective, not what is expected because of overworking. You find someone teaching 8 lessons a day. You find someone teaching 8 lessons a day. So that means this person does not have ample time to prepare enough. We are calling upon the government to recruit more teachers. Then we find that there is also a challenge that much as we are teaching, UNEB published this and said that in general, there is an adequate practical exposure continue to impact performance. A case in point is wrong interpretation of experimental procedures, which leads to wrong data. You find that in a question paper, someone has read an item or a scenario, but this person is not able to interpret it. Continued exposure, regular continuous exposure of these learners to the items. There is a need for continuous testing of these learners. And what does that mean? Still, it reflects on the number of teachers who are on ground. You find that teachers are on ground, but they are very few. And therefore, the government needs to have enough to recruit more manpower so that they can reinforce this manpower which is on ground. Not relating safe. According to this new curriculum, it is all about application. It is all about application, and therefore, whatever a learner is taught in class, this learner needs to be guided to relate these theories and what is being taught in academics to what they are facing in real life situation. Since the knowledge acquired, we expect it to be understood, and therefore you apply it in your real life situation or in our society so that it can enhance innovation. All this can not only be done when one, the population of the teachers or the ratio is still not appreciable. The ratio of learners to teachers is not appreciable. The teachers are still very few. Then two, as I earlier said, that the population of females in our country is slightly higher than the males, and therefore we need to have more females on board, much as the increase is there, but this increase is not yet appreciable. Maybe Mr. Rogers, to show people that there is, when we relate that table of performance of females vis-a-vis the males, people need to know that there is an increase when they look at the data. When they look at the data which is on this table, and then they compare females and males, and then look at the previous years, they can see that there is a slight increase, but this increase is not yet appreciable. Even the First Lady commented and said that she is observing a trend increasing of females, but I want to bring this to attention that this increase is not yet appreciable. Maybe, Rogers, you can play that video as a matter of evidence.
I am particularly impressed by the steady increase in the number of girls taking on science subjects, and that they have done very well. This demonstrates that there is nothing mysterious about mathematics and sciences. What we now need is more encouragement and the presence of the role models of mothers in our society who are scientists.
Kirungi nnyo mubona atulemuliza tusezo abaana abawala bakoze bulungi sciences ndedda batyanga okubala batyanga oluzungu kati bakubagana n'abakyala so njagala twebaza abaana bakola sciences.
Oh, thank you, Rogers. Thank you, my brother Rogers. Members, can you hear me? Hello.
We can hear you. You can go ahead.
Can members hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Benson.
Hello. Members, can you hear me? Am I audible?
For me, I can. Yes, very audible. You can go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. We have heard from the Honorable Minister of Education, the First Lady, and Minister of Education, and then the State Minister. They are attesting to the fact that there is an increase in performance in a girl child performing. That is just a sample. We are yet to do better than that. Because our energies are intended towards empowering and mentoring both male and female students so that we can have more and more females coming on board to handle STEM subjects. You find that in some schools, possibly there are those ladies, female learners who are not comfortable with consulting the male teachers. And once we have very many male teachers at school, it means that the girls will have people to consult. So what do I mean? We need to have very many teachers qualifying to handle STEM subjects. As ProDev, what is our task then? What as a union are we supposed to? What is our task in this? Mr. Rogers, you can also display the role of ProDev, role of professional development. We find that in these sessions of ProDev, what do we gain from there? We find that we have CPD programs provide opportunities for collaboration among teachers, whereby teachers have to share knowledge and there is peer learning. We learn from each other and we know how we can deliver better. Possibly, there is a colleague who is in Eastern Uganda or in Karamoja region who has a concept that it has improved. Don't get surprised that in Karamoja there are schools where you find students are performing better than some students who are in Kampala, some students who are in Mbarara, some students who are in Fort Portal, because we find that those are privileged regions. But Karamoja, which is underprivileged, you find some students who are performing better than these students who are exposed to all the learning materials. So, what's wrong with this teacher in Kampala, this teacher in Mbarara, this teacher in Kamwe, and Kabale to learn from a fellow teacher so that we can enhance the performance of these learners? Then we also find that continuous professional development helps teachers to stay updated with modern teaching approaches. As we said that this lower curriculum calls us to always reflect on real life situation. It means that even the resource materials we use should be from within our environment so that the learners know that what we are using is from within the environment and they can relate it to real life situation, which consequently can translate to solving daily challenges. We also find that we have digital and innovation focused training to enhance teachers' ability to deliver engaging science lessons. What do I mean here? You find that people become competent in ICT skills. You find that someone, maybe the school has procured a project at school, but the teacher does not know how to use it. So, but you find that because of this ProDev session, someone becomes competent even when for example, there has been a training going on, online training cutters of NCDC, you find that some teachers are not comfortable since they don't know how to use the gadgets to look. So the first line of exposure. Once you and that is why I would call upon most of our members to pick courage and also become presenters on this ProDev. This is a training ground for us. They should not always choose Benson alone. They should not always choose Mokalele and Betty alone, or Vincent and Aaron. No, even a teacher down there, you can choose, you can apply. You can give a call to the secretariat and call Betty and call Mokarere, call Benson or anyone there and say, this Thursday, I want to moderate or I want to present, I have something to present. And we'll be given an opportunity of that training. And then I would also add on and say that this ProDev Hour has encouraged most of us to have the young ones to mentor because we are aging. And if we don't train the young ones, these young teachers that are joining the field, these learners that we are teaching, we need to package well so that we market our field of science education. If we don't encourage people to come to science education, then when we are long gone, who will handle the children that we are producing? Because the children we are producing also want to study science subjects. And once we have not mentored well, who will handle our own children? That means we need to mentor and we need to inspire the young ones to take up the mantle and become science educators. Then social networking and marketing our innovations. Many times we have seen on our platforms, many people, some of us, you find that one of us is advertising their businesses, is advertising their innovations. The innovations could be in business, in other things, and they are doing that every day. So we need to appreciate Upustu and its initiatives because people are showcasing what they are able to do. And now, as we head to open discussions, I'm calling upon us to ponder on this. What are the immediate interventions that at your school you are making so that the challenges that are being faced can have a short term? Can I call it a short term? That it can get a solution very soon. And then, what factors do you think contribute to the growth of science educators? Science education is growing daily. What do you think are the factors that are contributing to the growth of this science education? And then you will also testify what is happening there at your school. Is this that that UNEB reports are projecting really true at your school? Because many times we know, recently I read in a paper, they were saying that UNEB is a mirror. It is showing the public what is taking place on the ground. And now I believe that a mirror cannot, you cannot place a mirror in front of you and then this mirror shows the back. I believe that the mirror is showing the face because the face is what is facing the mirror. Is it true that what is UNEB telling us is what is at your workstation? Members, let us come out and tell the world that we are working and those that are witch hunting us and those that are telling lies that teachers are not on ground, they shall feel ashamed. I may tell us that challenges of network, they are still there. That's why you find that in some schools, even when they brought teller machines, they are not working because of poor network. You find that in some schools, especially those that don't charge anything, even when the teller machines were brought, you find that they don't have money to buy data on that teller machine so that they can monitor the attendance of teachers on that school. And therefore, I'm calling upon us to come out and tell the world that we are on ground working. People have stopped even part-timing. Those who had 3-4 schools have reduced. They are remaining with 2 or they are remaining 1 part-time, and they are giving a lot of time to these learners and attending and they are on their mother station performing their duties as assigned them and spelled out by the posting instructions given by the Ministry of Education and Sports. Rogers and colleagues, you are welcome. Let us move to another session of open discussions. Thank you.
Mr. Boa?
Yes, hello? Hello? I think members, let me take this opportunity to thank Benson for the critical analysis made on this. Well, I think we have a discussion question here about 3. What key factors do you think have contributed most to the growth in science subject enrollment in schools? How can the teachers further support girls to succeed in STEM subjects? What practical actions can be implemented immediately to improve science teaching in the community? So I want to welcome those who have already joined us, that you can show up your hand, and then give your side of the story, or side of the discussions, and what supports the side you've taken. So may I welcome those listening to us and those to us. Thank you. Members, when I look at this, I don't have the questions there for all of us. Are members listening to me?
I'm getting you, Kizito.
We are listening to you. We are listening to you, sir.
Hello?
We are following. We are following. We are there. My hand is up, Bwana Kizito. And accordingly, when you look at the first question, we are saying what factors have contributed most to the growth of science subject enrollment. I have a feeling that the teachers' salary enhancement has improved the look of the science teachers before the students, such that it has caused a lot of motivation among the science teachers, which has in return enabled them to really to serve as role models to many students, and many students are taking that path of learning science. Also, when you look at the enhancement, still has improved the attendance, the presence, and the motivation of the teachers, which has caused so many students to really change their attitude towards sciences. Because remember, those days teachers would run to several schools in order to try to pull ends, to make ends meet. But now teachers are concentrating at school, giving students enough time. Students are experiencing science, and thus they've developed love for the subject. But also, when you look at this new curriculum, its approach is more practical, where students are talking about, where discussions in class are about real life situations, some of which are scientific in nature. And you realize science is now brought closer to the student's understanding. Like today, if you are talking about nutrition, they are going to talk about someone who is maybe stunted in terms of growth, but the child knows a sister who is stunted. And as you discuss this, it raises the student's enthusiasm and therefore causes an improvement in the love for science subjects. And this has greatly contributed to the increased enrollment in the science area. That's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother Stanley. Can we welcome more participants? We have seen Stanley telling us that the method of teaching today is bringing us to real life situation and
Hello. Hello.
giving an example of, for example, when you're teaching nutrition, look at the stunted and this.
Hello, can we hear from Uche?
Yes. Good
Yes,
evening.
please.
Good evening. Hello.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, Kizito.
This is Vincent. There's someone talking. Hello.
Good evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Mr. Vincent, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Okay. Thank you for the discussion. I wanted also to give some input to the factors which has contributed to most of the growth in science. One, as someone has said, about the enhancement, which has made the science teachers to leave part timing, and I think they now have enough time to cooperate together with their colleagues, and always they have they always put themselves together to make to plan for the teaching. And the other thing also is that most of the new curriculum is now actually making the teachers to teach the practical work only, and they give live example to the learners, which actually encourage the learners in doing science. And also the enhancement have made the learners to know that there is a lot of things in science, which if they are to actually participate in science, they'll have a good life in the future. Then also, I think another thing is we have some organization also which is actually putting a lot of effort in science subjects. They're actually helping. Like for example, in our schools here, we have the organization called Fundibot, who are doing modelings of things in science, and they always bring some equipment, which is actually encouraging the learners, and the learners always come up with a lot of projects in their science equipment. However, there are other factors also which is leading to the science not to be participating well. That is, I'm trying to bring into concern. I don't think anyone has ever brought this into concern to our organization. The science teachers somehow are being frustrated by the local government, because when you are transferred from one point to another place, you're always frustrated for almost 6 months when you don't receive salaries, and this is because of jealousy. They are being frustrated by teachers also, and this is because they are jealous on the money which is added to the science teachers. However, we are actually trying to improve on that. But I also request that the organizations will come up with the strategies. Actually, if possible, they go up to ministry and permanent sector and try to see how they can help the science teachers who are being transferred and they suffered a lot. That is also leading to us not to perform well in science. That is actually my input. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that input.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good
I
evening,
have network
Abako.
challenge. I have network challenge, but I want to appreciate the speaker for today's Prodev hour. However,
Yes, please.
I also wanted to add on my voice. There is that question too. How can the teachers further support the girls to improve on the science subjects? To me, I think as teachers, we need to have what we call fostering a growth mindset in this girl child. Every time we need to talk to them so that that mind that we normally have, that sciences are hard and so on, is cleared. So fostering a growth mindset is the key to support the girl child in the sciences. Then we need to provide also hands-on learning experiences for these girls. Whenever they're practicals, they are not supposed to be left out. We need to be closer to them. And then breaking gender stereotypes among girls will also help us to see the number of girls taking sciences increase. Because sometimes we feel sciences are for the gentlemen. Sometimes in the villages where we come from, we think it is only the males who are able to do sciences. So if you're able to break those gender stereotypes, we foster a growth mindset among the girls, we provide hands-on learning experiences. In the years to come, I think the number of girls doing science will increase. Otherwise, thank you so much for today's presentation. I submit.
Thank you, Jessica, for your contribution towards this discussion. May we pick others?
Yes, good evening. Me, I want to talk
Good
about
evening.
point number 3. What practical actions can be implemented immediately to improve science teaching in our schools? For me, I've seen the value of technology, students using smartphones, because this helps them in getting good content from YouTube. Like any topic can be found there in any science subject. So to me, governments will make effort to make internet available for all students by maybe providing data services so that students can access Wi-Fi freely and they do their research. I submit.
Thank you for your submission. May we hear from another one? So members, it's now 2 minutes past 9. If we do not have anything now to discuss, I may take this opportunity to welcome back Tugume Benson to give us a summary of the day so that we call it a day.
Thank you, my brother Kizito Obua, for moderating. And I thank everyone. I can see the population, the attendance today was 20 people averagely. I want very many.
Hello? Master. So members, I think Benson has a challenge with the network. So maybe we can look at what is in the chat. Cindy Sotara Amos, thanks so much for the discussion today. Had been marvelous. Paulino Jacinto, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Bua. I was caught up in
Yes,
launching. I was caught up in launching our Science Innovations Technology Support Center for the region. So I joined late. I'm sorry, but I thank you for the discussions this evening. Yes, thank you.
Oh, Mr. Abu, I'm back.
Yes, please.
I was saying that I'm expressing my dissatisfaction that much as we are a big number, a bigger population of science teachers in the country, and our WhatsApp platforms have a very big number of us, but the attendance is always not pleasant. And I would encourage each one of us at least to call upon a neighbor, to call upon a colleague, a friend, to always log in on our ProDev links so that we all attend and learn much together, because there is a lot that we are learning from one another. Like today may tell us that for those who are on this platform today, I may say that there is a lot that you can do. I know as teachers, we have challenges of making lesson plans, especially secondary school. But one thing I have learned from Mokalere is that every time I'm going to class, I make a lesson plan for that lesson without a bigger effort. I find that I go to AI, a given product of AI, and then you make a lesson plan as you are going to class. Or early in the morning, you can choose to make lesson plans of all the classes that you're going to attend. And you find that effortlessly, you have all the lesson plans. When it comes to supervision, they find that you already have a lesson plan on your phone and you are delivering. We are learning, we are learning, we are learning. Please, let each one of us come to this ProDev session always on Thursdays, and we learn from each other. For those who have attended, I appreciate and I thank you so much for always supporting Upustu activities and initiatives, because it is Upustu that has seen us arise. Day and night we are growing, and it has put a smile on our faces, and therefore we should not let this union down, because together we shall win. And we find that without being together, we cannot have that force that is enough to turn things around. And we should not think that enemies are over. Enemies are still all over. Much as our counterparts are going to get enhanced, we should not think that they will stop being envious and jealous. No. Every time we should know that we should stay together, fight together, win together, celebrate together, and enjoy together. Thank you so much and have a blessed evening. I thank Madam Auma Betty for considering me to come and present, and our chairman and GS for accepting that I come and present on behalf of their offices. Thank you so much, Kizito, for being a moderator this evening. I have enjoyed your moderation. A good evening to everyone.
Maybe, Mr. Bua, before you conclude, I just want to remind members, those who have been in ProDev in the last 2 weeks, we have been announcing the ongoing programs. We have the Science Innovation Competition, which is on. So please, you go to the website of the union and you can be able to open, and deadline is next month, not very far. So let us have, you go to the website of the union, you search, then there's a call for projects, and you can be able to submit your project. Now, there is an official letter there in case you need to print and share with other departments so that they can submit. This year, we are looking for more partners to support this project, which was done last year. So in case you have a partner that you think can support this, there's a call for partners also on the website. You can be able to call, or you can be able to submit the form, and we shall be able to get in touch, support the event, support the exhibition. So yeah, you can participate as a school, you can participate as an organization, you can support much more. And the other thing, for those who are on this call, there is an activity that is happening actually after it is happening on 8th April. 8th April will be, yeah, I think it is, we are going to be sharing maybe in the next project. There is an activity that is happening, and the union is looking at supporting some teachers to participate. Yeah, so yeah, there are more activities. So I'll share more. We shall share more, I think, by next week. For those who are interested, you can be able to come. It is free of charge, but you may need to support yourself to come and attend. There's an activity in Kampala, the National ICT Innovation Hub. It's a training on robotics. And robotics, by coming to that training, you get skills on guiding your learners to do projects and participate in STEM. Yeah, so in case you need more information about it, it's a free training. It is happening. You don't have the document, but it's around, it is, I think it's a Tuesday, 7th April. Yeah, it is going to be after, yeah, let me try to get you. I'm going to be sharing more information about it. Yeah, but in case you want more information, you can be able to call the union. You can be able to call, and we shall be able to. You can call the numbers. Let me just share with you the number here. You can call. We are trying to. This invitation came to the office of the GS, and we are trying to see how to support the teachers who are interested in this. Yeah, so you can send an email, or you can call any of us and then say there's a training that was being announced, and you want to participate. It is an external training. It's not organized by the union, but it is on 8th April. Yeah, so it's going to be on 8th April at the National ICT Innovation Hub. Yeah, so those who want to learn robotics, maybe you have a club at school. Someone talked about Fondibots in this session. Mr. Gilbert talked about Fondibots. Yes, if you want to come and learn and get resources free of charge, you can come for that training on 8th April, and then go back and support your learners with the good projects. Yeah, those are the announcements that I wanted to share for today. Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. I don't know whether the moderator is still on to close, or Madam Auma to close the session. Thank you.
Madam Betty, if you're around, close the session. Madam Auma Betty, are you around? If Betty is not around, thank you everyone, and we say have a blessed evening till we meet on Thursday for the next, for the same program, and encourage each one of us to be around and go out and fish more members to always present, to always attend, so that we enjoy our union initiatives. Thank you once again. Thank you everyone. Have a blessed evening.